all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Just so you know, we're starting a new podcast series this weekend on personal finance called BQ Big Decisions. Do watch out for it and let me know what you think. Alright, let's tell you everything that you need to know at the start of the 7th of June. Tata Asset Management Company has decided to segregate its investments in Dewan Housing Finance from the rest of its portfolio as credit rating agencies downgraded the home financier's debt to default. It's a move that asset managers call side pocketing. That's basically a mechanism to separate distressed portions of a portfolio from the healthy ones. Tata AMC is the first in the industry to use the mechanism in this case. Remember, the mutual funds having exposure to DHFL's commercial paper and non-convertible debentures have taken write-downs after the mortgage lender delayed payment worth 1,000 crore rupees on certain debt market instruments. The stress at IL&FS could have come to light at least 3 years earlier had its non-bank lending arm, IL&FS Financial Services, chosen to restrict lending to group entities. This has come to light as part of a report by the Serious Fraud Investigation Office. In its report, the SFIO has levelled a host of allegations against the management of IL&FS, including but not limited to wrongly influencing employees, questionable credit decisions, and taking hefty payouts from the company. Do have a look at the full story on the website bloombergquint.com. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has reconstituted Niti Aayog by inducting new cabinet ministers. The Niti Aayog, as you know, is chaired by the Prime Minister and was brought in to replace the Planning Commission. While the newly constituted Niti Aayog will have Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh and Nirmala Sitharaman, among others, as ex officio members, Bibek Debroy has been dropped as a member of the body. Debroy is the chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council. Gold imports by India grew 36% in May from a year earlier to nearly 106 tons as jewelers and customers rushed to buy after prices declined to their lowest this year. In international markets, President Donald Trump said not nearly enough progress was made at the first day of talks between Mexico's Foreign Minister Marcelo Ebrard and White House officials at yesterday's meeting to avert the US's 5% tariff threat due to kick in next week on Monday. Negotiations are set to continue today, but Trump's comments were enough to help the peso drop more than 1%, a move also driven by credit ratings downgrades of the country. On another trade front, the president again pushed for concessions from China, reiterating his promise to place tariffs on another $300 billion of imports. In the automotive space, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles NV has abruptly withdrawn its offer to combine with Renault SA, saying the political conditions in France do not exist for a successful deal. The surprise move came after the board of Renault postponed a decision on the deal for a second time. Mario Draghi has hardened his language as he said that the European Central Bank won't shy away from action to support the euro area economy during a period of weakening growth. Policymakers are determined to act if needed amid a prolonged persistence of uncertainties and the rising threat of protectionism, the ECB president said in the capital of Lithuania after the governing council of the central bank met. In international markets, US stocks gained with the three benchmark indices rising between 0.5 and 0.7%. Early trade in Asia was mixed, though. The Nikkei and Australian benchmark ASX 200 were trading positive, but the Kospi was trading with cuts last I checked. With that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi Alex, good morning. Good morning everyone. The global cues are decent at this point of time, but continuing where we left off with the big sell-off yesterday, the SGX Nifty is trading rather weak in today's trade. But stocks to watch out for Indiabulls Real Estate. The promoter has said that they wish to sell 14% stake to a third-party investor in order to focus on financial services in the long run. The promoter holds almost 39% stake in the company. The Times of India reports that the Embassy Group is the front-runner to buy this stake. Wipro will be in focus. Azim Premji has been appointed as the non-executive director till July 2024. He will retire from the current position as executive chairman and MD with effect from July 30th. Rishad Premji will be the designated executive chairman till July 2024, and Abidali Nichumwala will be appointed as the MD with effect from July 31st. DHFL will be in focus. Bloomberg says that Blackstone is planning to transfer funds on June 10th for the purchase of Vadhavan Group's unit Aadhar Housing Finance. SBI says it's been closely monitoring its exposure in the NBFC sector for the past 10 months. Overall quality of the NBFC asset portfolio in the books continues to be good, and challenges faced by accounts like DHFL have already been factored in. Tata Elxsi has been selected as a systems integrator for Google's cloud and digital solutions for the OTT media platform. Sagar Cement sales were up almost 13% for the month of May. TIAA Cref Fund sold in 0.9% stake in Indiabulls Real Estate yesterday. Goldman Sachs sold in 1.07% stake in Just Dial. And in terms of brokerages, UBS has upgraded Cadila to a neutral from a sell, but cut the target price to 275. They are saying that the price is now potentially pricing in all the headwinds in the US markets. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website, bloombergquint.com, and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And indeed, thank you all for listening in. That's all we have for you on this podcast and for the week. But we'll be back early next week with the podcast, so do stay tuned. Also, like I said earlier, watch out for the personal finance podcast, BQ Big Decisions. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.